wouldn't believe me if I told you, but Stewie's being a bad boy. Why was you on the counter? Huh? That's no excuse. Why are you always the good kitty, huh? Why is your brother always doing the bad things? This episode we're going to do some DIY mods. Might continue on with some of the work I was doing, but I decided I'm going to roll with the stock grill, but it needs a lot of work, so we're going to recondition the stock grill. Oh yeah, I got more parts in the mail. Guess what? Front lip does not fit. That must be a regular Impreza bumper, and the WRX bumper must have like a little bit, it must be a little bit different. That lip does not fit. I ordered another one. I'm going to send that one back. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine this grill with the stock grill. So I got a lot of work ahead of me here. First, I ordered a new emblem. I'm not going to try to salvage that. They got white paint all over it. I'm going to mess it up trying to take it off. New emblem coming. I'm going to disassemble this whole grill. I'm going to cut some pieces out. We are going to sand it up, and I'm going to paint it with satin black. Next on our list, well, the calipers are new, but I kind of want them to have color. It's going to go with my color scheme. Well, different. It's not like you think it's going to be, but I wanted gold paint to do the calipers in. So this is what I'm going to do the calipers in. This is metallic engine paint, but engine paint is for high temperature application, and it's resistant to chemicals and stuff, so it should be fine on the brake. Things I did while the camera was off. First off, my buddy gave me STI headlights. I swapped them in. I polished them also. That one I need to hit a little bit more. It's still a little bit hazy, but I got rid of all the haze that was on top of the lens. They look identical to the stock ones, but they have a ballast and HIDs in them, so that's why I rolled with them. Also, all the mounting tabs and stuff are better on those, so that was good. Also, off camera, finished this. That's undercoating, and that's the piece that I got at the junkyard, and I drilled holes and mounted it in. Also, on this side, I finished this side. I have not drilled the holes to put the plastic piece in yet, but you can see how it looks. That's just silicone over my welds and everything after I used self-etching primer on all the bare metal and then undercoated it all, and it's still a little tacky, so I'm not going to drill or do anything on that right now. Also, I don't remember if I covered it, but this door looks excellent now. Also, I used trim paint, and I sanded all the trim, even the chrome, sanded all of that, taped everything off, and painted it. Now you can see there's still some overspray, and that's on the actual body of the car. That's not on the door. See? But all the trim is painted black, which looks way better. The other side I realize has a plasti dip on the chrome, but this is trim paint, so I'm going to have to go extend it out and do this. And I have not done the front door yet, so you can see the difference. Also, off camera, I mounted the junkyard fender that I got, and it was great. All except for this one spot up here, and I need to tap this down, which is actually bent here, and I had to add some putty in here. There was already putty here, but it was cracked and coming off because at the junkyard somebody opened the hood. They took the struts off and opened the hood wide open, which bent this in and up. So I need to tap this down, and I'll have to add a little bit of putty on that as well. But way, way better condition than the fender that was on it. There was duct tape on here that was holding, I'd imagine, the front bumper on after their accident. So I need to get some adhesive remover to get this stuff off the fender. So for the grill, I'm going to use this Ace Hardware Indoor-Outdoor Satin Black paint. This is, it dries in 30 minutes or less. I need to disassemble this grill, get rid of that emblem because we're not using that one anymore, and we'll go from there. Alright, so now that I got this stripped, I'm pretty sure I still need this piece that goes around the emblem. I want to cut some of this out. I want to cut this mesh area out. And I got to be careful with how I go about doing that, because I don't want this to look like botched. So as for right now, I'm gonna chop this, not the whole way back, but you know, close, and then I'm gonna have to sand it and get it closer. I'm gonna open this up completely, and then we're gonna use the mesh that is in that grill to put on here. Hopefully that works out. We'll find out. Alright, so I'm not gonna lie, when I was cutting it from the back, I did nick it right there. But being satin black, I don't think we're really gonna notice that. Plus, it's just gonna be mostly covered up by this. So, anyways, I am gonna sand these up with 320. Won't put you through that. Then after I get them all prepped and ready for paint, we're gonna paint them. When they're dry, we'll put this all back together around the end of the episode and put that mesh in it, and we'll see how it turns out. Hopefully it looks pretty good. I think it's going to look good. It's going to look way better than it did, obviously, because white just all sanded up. I didn't go too deep on this because it feels like the base underneath the white paint may be Plasti Dip, and the fact that they painted over it, yeah, it's kind of lumpy looking. As you can see, it's textured looking. So I'm gonna try this with the satin black. We're gonna see how it turns out. It's gonna look way better than it did white. Everything's sanded up and ready to go, so I'm gonna get to shooting. I feel like I saved that. That looks really good. It was a lot of work for, you know, just a little difference, but I think that looks good. I like it. There's still a texture to it, and it's because of the way that paint was on there, primer, whatever it was on it, but the paint stuck to it good, so I am going to roll with that for now. Down the road, I might cover it with Plasti Dip because that covers a lot of imperfections because of being thicker. But for now, that looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. So I got another skim coat on. I got to sand that. I did sand this down. I need just a little bit more, but that's looking really nice compared to the gap that was there. And I figured I'd finish this trim, so I have it all taped off, and I'm doing it right now. But I'm going to call it a night. I come back, we're going to start on the brakes. So it'll just be a second for you guys. Stay tuned. Alright, so this video is changing pace. Only time I could get in to get the enhanced inspection done on this car is tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. I have off tomorrow. Unfortunately, I have to work Saturday, so I don't have off all weekend. But I want to get this car in and get it done. I didn't get the bumper mount, so I'm going to have to temporarily mount it. I'm going to have to use self-tappers. I really don't want to, but I'm going to have to because the bumper has to be solidly mounted. And I got 2 wheel studs that are stripped. There were 2 in the trunk, so whoever had it before me knew that and bought them. I just had to put them in. I knocked one out, but I got to take the rotor off to get it. The front one, I need to take the wheel off to get it. I have to do inner fenders. I have to mount the stock wing because it has a third brake light, and they won't pass it without the third brake light, so I have to have that in there. And I got a bunch of aftermarket parts, and I don't want to show you right now because you're going to see that in the next episode. Alright, so we got this inner fender in. I don't really want to button it up and put the tray on and all that stuff yet. If you've seen, I did use a self-tapper on both sides. I just used one in the corner because I do have these brackets coming that hold the bumper in place and make everything fit perfect. But the bumper has to be fitted tightly. So I have 2 pins up top. I have a self-tapper on each side. And the fog lights, the bulbs are bad, so I have to go get bulbs for those because if they're on there, they have to work. So it won't pass inspection if the lights don't work. So I'm going to go get the bulbs. I don't know if they need cleaned inside. Yeah, they kind of do, but we're just going to throw bulbs in it. As long as they light up, that's good. I did finish the body work over here. Well, I didn't. It's not finished, but it looks really good. This looks really good. There's like no dents over here now. Fixed this top spot up here that, you know, was damaged on this fender when I got it. Kinda should have did a little bit more work right there, but it'll be alright. So I'm going to make a road trip, go get these bulbs, and I'll continue on this when I get back. I got frustrated and I just did things off camera, but had to replace 3 wheel studs on this side. Kids, do not use aluminum lug nuts. The cheap aluminum ones you get, all they do is strip. I replaced 3 on this side. I replaced 1 on the back over here. Yeah, it was fun. Under trays on, bumpers mounted. Oh, the horn's wired up. I actually got that at the salvage yard when I was there and got the fender. So I got to put this down and torque the wheels, and then tomorrow morning I'll get up and hopefully get this thing to pass the R title inspection. But yeah, my bodywork turned out excellent. I feel it did. Is it perfect? No, I've said this before. I got to remount the side skirt. I got a couple things to do. And I'm sorry that I didn't get to the things I said I was going to get to in this video, but we'll do the calipers later. That's not really important right now. Getting this thing legal is the important part so that we can mod. It looks somewhat normal now, kind of. So that's going to be the end of this episode, guys. I went all over this thing just recently. Went around, torque the lug nuts, check the tire pressures, made sure those side skirts were mounted up good. Everything's secure. Check the brake lights, check the fog lights. Everything works. My plan is to get this inspected tomorrow, service the car. I'm going to clean it, even though it looks kind of crappy. And I plan on driving it to work on overtime Saturday. It's an hour drive, and that's over 2 mountains, so it'll be a really good test for this thing. I hope I make it to work. So if you like this video, hit that like button, consider subscribing, tell your friends, share with everybody. Hit that dislike button if your for sale ads say, my car is an art tittle. For real, who can't spell tight? And we'll see you on the next episode of WRX.